Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Caitanya Book compilation given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on July 15th, 2020 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Paramanandamadavam Sri Caitanya Bhakti Swami Ayurvedically
and Koladeep Das was speaking how he treated Bhakti Charu Swami Ayurvedically,
touching his feet,
touching his feet,
lotus feet,
touching his lotus feet.
How his wife had prepared prasadam for Bhakti Charu Swami.
How his wife had prepared prasadam for Bhakti Charu Swami.
Bhakti Charu Swami said that reminded him of his mother's cooking.
Bhakti Charu Swami said that it reminds him of his mother's cooking.
So different devotees had nice realizations.
So different devotees had nice realizations.
Most of it's in Bengali.
Most of it was in Bengali.
And you see it in the YouTube.
You can see it at the YouTube
Bhakti Charu Swami channel.
Bhakti Charu Swami channel.
Or Mayapur TV.
Or Mayapur TV.
And nice.
Hare Krishna.
Today we're continuing the drama.
Today we are continuing the drama
of Lord Vishwambar.
Of Lord Vishwambar takes the role of Adya Shakti.
প্রভুর আদ্যা শক্তি বেশে প্রবেশ ও সকলের জয়ধ্বনি হেনয় সময়ে সর্বপ্রভু বিশ্বম্ভর প্রবেশ করিলা আদ্যা শক্তির বেশধর।
At that time, the Lord of all,
Vishwambar,
he entered the stage. And he was dressed as Adya
Shakti,
supreme material goddess.
The supreme material goddess. Murari Gupta Karcha. Nityananda Baladeva, who takes a special delight in rasa, then entered the stage. Attired as an elderly gopi, in his hand he held the petal-like fingers of the Lord of his life, and his beautiful body was fully flooded by tears.
Nityananda Prabhu is today dressed as a elderly gopi.
So Nityananda Prabhu today is dressed as an elderly gopi.
And he's crying in ecstasy.
And he is crying in ecstasy.
সকল বৈষ্ণবগণে অতি আনন্দিত মনে প্রেমের সাগরে দিল ডুব সকল বৈষ্ণব মিলি আপনে শ্রী গৌর হরি প্রকাশ হয় সংসারের সুখ।
All the assembled Vaishnavas.
All the assembled Vaishnavas.
In a very blissful, ecstatic mind.
With a very blissful, ecstatic mind.
They plunged themselves in the sea of ecstatic love.
Plunged themselves in the sea of ecstatic love.
All the Vaishnavas gathered together.
All the Vaishnavas gathered together.
And Sri Gaura Hari personally manifested the
And Sri Gaurahari personally manifested the
transcendental bliss in this material world of birth and death.
manifested his transcendental bliss upon this material world of birth and death. Murari Gupta Karsha. Then entered Bhagavan Chaitanya Vasudeva with his body complexion like molten gold and his effulgence like the nectar radiating moon. It appeared as if Meru, the king of mountains, was somehow walking. He was suitably attired for his special mission of teaching the ecstasy of Gopi Ras.
Lord Chaitanya's special mission is to teach pure love of Krishna.
So Lord Chaitanya's special mission was to teach pure love of Krishna.
And that the highest form of love is that of the gopis.
And in that, the highest form of love is the love of the gopis.
So he was teaching that ecstasy of the mellow of the gopis.
So he was teaching that the ecstasy of the mellow of the gopis.
Serving Lord Krishna.
Who are serving Lord Krishna.
এখনে কহিব শুন সাবধানে সবজন গোপিকা আবেশে বস প্রভু হৃদয়ে কচিল ধরে শঙ্খ কঙ্কন করে দুটি আঁখি রসে ডুবু ডুবু
I will tell you, please listen carefully.
Now I will tell you, please listen carefully.
All present.
All present.
Lord Vishwambar
Lord Vishwambar
manifested the form of a gopi.
of a gopi.
In his heart,
In his heart,
he accepted the role.
he accepted the role.
He was wearing conch bracelets
He was wearing conch bracelets
and various bracelets.
and various bracelets.
His eyes were filled with spiritual ecstasy.
His eyes were filled with spiritual ecstasy.
পত্রসে বসন পরে নুপুর চরণে ধরে মুঠে পাই ক্ষীণ মাঝখানি রূপে ত্রিজগৎ মোহে উপমা দিবার কাহে গোপীবেশে ঠাকুর আপনি
That translated.
His garments were silk, anklets adorned his feet. His waist was slender like a fist. His beauty enchanted the three worlds. What a metaphor can I speak to describe his form? In this way, Lord Gaura manifested the form of a gopi.
See that
We can see that
Lord Gauranga, he manifested the forms he was acting as.
we can see that Lord Gauranga, he manifested the form he acts.
No actor can change their body,
No actor can change the body,
but Lord Chaitanya would assume that particular form
but Lord Chaitanya would assume the particular form.
as a gopi.
As a gopi,
He appeared with a very thin waist.
as a gopi, he appeared with a very thin waist,
But that's not his normal appearance.
but that is not his normal appearance.
So he actually manifested the form of a gopi.
He actually manifested a form of a gopi.
And sometimes in this drama, he manifests the form of Rukmini, sometimes Radha.
Sometime in his drama, he manifests the form of Rukmini, sometime Radha,
This time a gopi.
this time a gopi. Murari Gupta Karcha. Like a gopi, he wore a beautiful bodies on his chest, bracelets made of tiny conch shells, and a saffron dress around his very slender waist. He danced with sweet lotus feet celebrated by tinkling ankle bells.
অলৌকিক অঙ্গ তেজে বায়ু বহে মলয় যে তহি নব মালতীর মালা সুমেরু শিখরে যেন সুরধ্বনি জল হেন গোরা অঙ্গে বহে দুই ধারা।
Splendor of his the transcendental splendor of his limbs.
Splendor of his transcendental limbs.
Now, the transcendental splendor of his limbs.
The transcendental splendor of his limbs.
The breeze that came over his body
The breeze that came over the body
came the fragrance of the Malaya sandalwood.
Came the fragrance of the Malaya sandalwood.
And he was wearing a Malati garland.
And he was wearing a Malati garland.
Just like a personified Mount Sumeru.
Personified Mount Sumeru.
He was like a personified Mount Sumeru.
He was like a personified Mount Sumeru.
With two Ganges, Ganges flowing
With two Ganges flowing
over his or Gaura's body.
over Lord Gaura's body. The earth became immersed in the luster from Narahari's body, and a divinely perfumed breeze flew from the Malaya hills again and again, causing the Malati flowers to tremble. Murari Gupta Katsha. As the full moon shines to illuminate the paths of the heavens for Indra, Shiva, and the various planetary deities, the moon of Gaura shone and dispelled any trace of depression or grief.
So by seeing the form of the Lord Gauranga manifested,
So, by seeing the form that Lord Gauranga manifested,
the effulgence of his form
the effulgence of his form
gave spiritual bliss
gave spiritual bliss
to everyone
to everyone
and eradicated all kinds of depression or grief.
and eradicated all kinds of depression or grief.
By witnessing this drama,
So, by witnessing this drama,
the audience is immersed in spiritual bliss.
the audiences were immersed in spiritual bliss.
Who would like to see this drama?
Who likes to see this drama? Murari Gupta Katsha. The Lord began to blissfully sing and dance with much energy. Then, replete with ecstasy and loveliness, he played the part of the goddess of fortune. Murari Gupta Katsha. The goddess humbly approached the deity form of Krishna in the middle of the temple. She took some jasmine flowers from the deity with the hem of her new sari, and as she offered them again to him, her heart became filled to overwhelming with prema bhakti rasa, like the affection of 10 million mothers.
Lord Chaitanya, in the form of the goddess of fortune,
So Lord Chaitanya, in the form of goddess of fortune,
he was offering jasmine flowers to the lotus feet of the Lord.
he was offering jasmine flowers to the lotus feet of the Lord.
And this way, she's filled with love and affection.
So, in this way, she was filled with love and affection.
So this was the presentation of Lord Chaitanya,
So this was the presentation of Lord Chaitanya
famous transcendental drama.
in his transcendental drama. Murari Gupta Karcha. Then, by the order of the Lord, who is the sum total of all the gods, the eminent Brahmanas very jubilantly offered their homage to that lady. They praised her with exultant hearts, singing a hymn from the Vedas. Murari Gupta Karcha. A moment later, the Lord entered into the all-powerful mood of Goddess Durga. The people became enlivened and offered praises by chanting excellent hymns composed by the saints.
So, for Krishna, all the energies are the same.
For Krishna, all the energies are the same.
Just like the government, the police department, as well as the social welfare department, all are equal.
Just for the government, the police, the and also the welfare department, all are equal.
Similarly, Goddess Durga is the superintendent.
Similarly, Goddess Durga, the superintendent,
Superintendent.
Superintendent,
A supreme power
supreme power
in this material world.
in this material world.
So the Lord assumed the form of Goddess Durga.
So the Lord assumed the form of Goddess Durga.
And so all the devotees became excited,
And all the devotees became excited,
seeing the different transformations of the Lord.
seeing the different transformations of the Lord.
And the Brahmanas, they chanted appropriate hymns for the Goddess Durga.
So the Brahmanas chanted the appropriate hymns for the Goddess Durga. Murari Gupta Karcha. Then, seating himself on a fine asan, the personality of Godhead in the form of the goddess again spoke. I have come here, eager to see a dance performed by your good selves. Chaitanya Bhagavat.
So the Lord assuming the form of
So the Lord, assuming the form of
Durga Devi,
Durga Devi,
she wanted to see a dance.
she wanted to see a dance.
আগে নিত্যানন্দ বুড়ি বরাইর বেশে বঙ্ক বঙ্ক করি হাঁটে প্রেম রসে ভাসে
Lord Nityananda came dressed up as a old lady.
Lord Nityananda came dressed up as an old lady.
She bent over, and in that way
She bent
walked,
over. She bent over in that way, walked,
hobbled. She was filled with loving ecstasies.
She was filled with loving ecstasy.
She came in front of the Lord
She came in front of the Lord
on the stage.
on the stage. The word banka means bent over, crooked, or hunched.
মণ্ডলী হইয়া সব বৈষ্ণব রহিলা জয় জয় মহাধ্বনি করিতে লাগিলা
all the Vaishnavas together.
All the Vaishnavas together.
They all the Vaishnavas
All the Vaishnavas
as a group
as a group
together chanted all glories, Jai Jai,
all glories, Jai Jai, loudly. Jai Jai.
প্রভুকে না চিনিয়া সকলের প্রভু বিষয়ে বিভিন্ন ধারণা। কেহ নারে চিনিতে ঠাকুর বিশ্বম্ভর, হেন অলক্ষিত বেশ অতি মনোহর।
No one could recognize Lord Vishwambara.
No one could recognize Lord Vishwambara.
He was disguised in such a disguise,
disguised in dress,
and very attractive. No one could recognize him.
No one could recognize him.
নিত্যানন্দ মহাপ্রভু প্রভুর বরায়, তার পাছে প্রভু আর কিছু চিহ্ন নাই।
Lord Nityananda Mahaprabhu,
so Lord Nityananda Mahaprabhu,
acting as the Lord Gauranga's old lady companion,
acting as the Lord Gauranga's old lady companion,
was followed by Lord Gauranga. But no one could understand who they were.
অতএব সবে চিনিলেন প্রভু এই, বেশে কেউ লক্ষিতে না পারে প্রভু সে।
So thus everyone they understood. This must be the Lord.
This must be the Lord.
But according to his dress, no one could actually understand. This is the Lord.
This is the Lord.
সিন্ধু হইতে প্রত্যক্ষ কি হইলা কমলা, রঘু সিংহ গৃহিণী কি জানকী আইলা।
And Kamala, goddess of fortune, come from the ocean.
As Kamala, the goddess of fortune, come from the ocean. Directly from the ocean.
Or has Janaki, the wife of Lord Ram.
Has Janaki, the wife of Lord Ram,
a lion of the Raghu dynasty.
The lion of the Raghu dynasty. Has she come?
কিবা মহালক্ষ্মী কিবা আইলা পার্বতী, কিবা বৃন্দাবনের সম্পত্তি মূর্তিমতী।
This Mahalakshmi, the supreme goddess of fortune.
Is this Mahalakshmi, the supreme goddess of fortune?
Or who has Parvati Devi come?
Or has Parvati Devi come?
Or has the treasure of Vrindavan,
has the treasure of Vrindavan, the
beauty of Vrindavan come?
the beauty of Vrindavan come
personally.
The phrase Vrindavanera Sampatti, the treasure of Vrindavan, refers to Vrishabhanavi, the daughter of King Vrishabhanu.
That means Radharani.
That means Radharani.
In other words, Lord Gauranga was dressed as a Shakti.
In other words, Lord Gauranga was dressed as a Shakti.
And the audience couldn't understand at first whether he was a goddess of fortune or
The audience couldn't understand at first whether he was goddess of fortune or
Mother Parvati
Mother Parvati
or Radharani.
or Radharani.
But they knew that he was a goddess.
But they knew that he was a goddess.
Which goddess at first they didn't know.
Which goddess, of course, they didn't know.
কিবা ভাগীরথী কিবা রূপবতী দয়া কিবা সেই মহেশ মোহিনী মহামায়া
Is this the personified Ganges?
Is this the personified Ganges?
Or is she the personified compassion?
Or she is the personified compassion?
Or is she the Mahamaya,
Or she the Mahamaya?
the enchanter of Lord Mahesh, Lord Shiva?
The enchanter of Lord Mahesh, Lord Shiva.
এই মতে অন্যান্যে সর্বজনে জনে না চিনিয়া প্রভুরে আপনে মোহ মানে
In this way, all the audience, all the people in the audience
In this way, all the people, all the audience
had different ideas,
had different ideas,
and they could not recognize, they were unable to recognize the Lord's.
they could not recognize or they were unable to recognize the Lord.
They bewildered.
They are bewildered.
Last verse.
This is the last verse.
They,
আজন্ম ধরিয়া প্রভু দেখে যাহারা তথাপি লক্ষিতে নারে তিলার্ধে তারা
those who know Lord Gauranga
Those who knew Lord Gauranga
since his birth, when they saw the Lord in that on the stage,
when they saw the Lord in that stage, on the stage,
they could not recognize at all who he was. They could not recognize him at all.
They could not recognize him at all.
Even his mother could not recognize him.
Even his mother could not recognize him.
And this is the amazing drama of Lord Chaitanya.
So this is the amazing drama of Lord Chaitanya.
When Lord Nityananda took the role of an elderly gopi,
Lord Nityananda took the role of an elderly gopi.
He looked just like that.
He looked just like that.
He was hunched over, hobbling,
He was hunched back and hobbling,
and he had a walking stick.
maybe walking with his stick.
And then Lord Chaitanya was walking behind
And Lord Chaitanya was walking behind
as a goddess.
as a goddess.
But they thought it must be the Lord, but they couldn't really recognize
They thought it must be the Lord, but they really couldn't recognize him.
We'll continue the drama tomorrow.
So we will continue the drama tomorrow.
We just have a time for a question or two.
We'll just have time for a question or two. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my respectful obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. The question is, you instructed the devotees to go out to their balconies in 3 sandhyas every day at 5:30, 12:30 and evening 7:15 and sing a loud kirtan for 20 minutes. Why is it important to do this at this time, and what is the reason? Are these reasons suitable for Moscow and Russia, or do we need to calculate the time for each area? Thank you for your mercy and care of all us. Swarna Gopi Devi Dasi, Moscow, Russia.
Since the devotees in Mayapur were in lockdown at that time,
So since the devotees in Mayapur were in lockdown that time,
and since Mongol Arti announcements were going on from 4:30 till almost 5:30.
since the Mangalarti announcements were going on from 4:30,
The Mongol Arti and announcements.
the Mangala Artik and the announcement were going on from 4:30 up to 5:30, at least up to 5:30.
So, since I thought that people they like to attend or witness Mongol Arti, hear the announcements, I said chant 5:30.
So since the people like to witness the Mangalarati and the announcement, so I said 5:30.
And similarly, 12 to 12:30, they offer the Arti.
Similarly, 12 to 12:30, they offer the Arati.
So we said have kirtan 12:30.
So we said have kirtan at 12:30.
Similarly, since my class and the Arti goes on
Similarly, since my class and the Arati goes on
to about 7:15,
about up to 7:15,
in that time as the
in that time as we
kirtan time.
the kirtan time.
Now, in Mayapur, the devotees
In Mayapur, the devotees
are addicted to kirtan.
are addicted to kirtan.
So, since we wanted the devotees to observe social distancing,
Since we wanted the devotees to observe social distancing,
so we have said that they should chant from their windows, balconies.
so we said that they should chant from their windows, their balconies.
And since Prabhupada said we should chant at the 3 sandhyas,
Since Prabhupada said that we should chant at the 3 sandhyas,
so like that, I recommend those times.
so like that I recommended those times.
Now, if there's no problem, we will chant in Moscow.
If you have no problem, then you can chant in Moscow.
I don't know whether the neighbors will object.
I don't know whether the neighbors would object.
In Mayapur, they don't object.
In Mayapur, they don't object.
You can chant kirtan here, you wear tilak, no problem.
You can chant kirtan here. You can wear tilak. There is no problem.
But in China or Russia or other places, I don't know
But in China or Russia or in other places, I don't know
whether you can chant the same way.
whether you can chant in the same way.
If you can,
If you can,
maybe people will be blessed
maybe people will be blessed
to hear the holy name.
to hear the holy names.
And you have to see according to time, place, and circumstance.
So you have to see according to time, place, and circumstance. Last question. Hare Krishna, my dear Gurudev. Please accept my respectful, humble obeisances onto your lotus feet. Dear Gurudev, what tapasya we have to do in this Chaturmasa time? Please explain. Your unqualified servant, Purna Bhagavan Shyam Das, Vijayawada.
Thank you, Purna Chandra, Bhagavan Das, Purna Bhagavan Shyam Das,
Thank you, Purna Bhagavan Shyam Das,
Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh,
Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh,
India.
India.
In the 4 months of the Chaturmasya,
During the 4 months of the Chaturmasya,
we observe 4 fasts.
we observe 4 fasts.
First month, no spinach
First month, no spinach
or leafy vegetables.
or leafy vegetables
Cook leafy vegetables.
or cooked leafy vegetables. Leafy vegetables.
Second month, no yogurt.
Second month, no yogurt.
Third month, no milk.
Third month, no milk.
Fourth month, no urd dal.
Fourth month, no urad dal.
What? Fourth month for the non-devotees,
For fourth month, for the non-devotees,
they should be vegetarian.
they can be vegetarian.
But for the devotees, since we're already vegetarian,
So for the devotees, since we are already
we
vegetarian,
don't take urd dal,
we don't take urad dal,
which is high protein.
which is high protein.
And from the last 5 days,
And from the last 5 days,
Ekadasi to Purnima,
from Ekadasi to Purnima,
we observe the Bhishma Panchak
we observe the Bhishma Panchak.
and the 4 levels of fast.
For those who fast, for those who haven't fasted,
3 levels. 3 levels of fasting.
oh, there are 3 levels of fasting.
Well, announce that before. Here we have many devotees who do the Bhishma Panchak.
Here we have many devotees who do the Bhishma Panchak.
And part of it is to offer special prayers to the Ganges
To offer special prayers to the Ganges
or Bhishma Deva,
for Bhishma Deva,
who is the son of the Ganges.
who is the son of the Ganges.
But most devotees do the fruits and roots.
Most of the devotees, they do fruits and roots.
Some devotees do the Havisana,
Some devotees do the Avisanna.
and other devotees do the Panchagavya.
And other devotees do the Panchagavya.
That's very difficult.
That's very difficult.
Most, as I said, most people do the fruits and roots.
As I said, most people do the fruits and the roots.
Since that's high sugar, those who have blood sugar problem, they take Havisana.
Since it has high sugar, those who have
Blood sugar.
blood sugar problem, they can take Havisanna.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now we'll have Maharaja speak. Gauranga!
Gauranga.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.